During the interview, I forgot my documents at home. I called my father and asked him to bring them to me urgently. He agreed. I waited for a long time until all the interviewers had left. I still pleaded with the remaining interviewer to give me a little more time. As time passed, I felt increasingly helpless and hopeless. Why hadn't my father arrived yet? Wondering why our family had turned out like this. Was it because poverty clung to us? Later, I found out that he had gotten into an accident while hurrying to bring me the documents. When I got home, I blamed myself for our family's hardship. Eventually, my life changed overnight. Some videos of me singing became well known, and I received a lot of support. Since then, I've earned a lot of money from my passion, and it has pulled me out of poverty. I built a house for my parents, and since our family became wealthy, many relatives have come to borrow money from my father. Previously, they used to mock and look down on us, and some even refused to help or inquire about us. My father helped them all. He ignored their insults, couldn't bear the disrespect towards my family. That's why the first sentence in my story was, "As you heard." I knew my father was very sad, but he had suffered too much. I couldn't pretend to ignore it. The argument made my father and me not talk to each other for a long time. One day, my father fainted. The doctor diagnosed him with bone marrow cancer and said he needed a bone marrow transplant. When he found out about his illness, my father tried to act like he was fine because he knew I would readily donate my bone marrow for him. We argued a lot. My father didn't want me to suffer, so he left home alone, bearing the pain by himself. At that moment, I realized how much my father loved us and how much he had sacrificed for us. Although my father didn't provide us with a life like others, he always loved us the best he could. I felt regretful and helpless, reminiscing about the times I spent with my father. I searched everywhere and desperately asked for my father, but all in vain. I had no other choice. I went live on social media just to beg people to find my father so he could see this video, so that my father's child could repay him just once in a lifetime for all the sacrifices he had made for our dreams. A miracle happened, and my father returned. Our lives have entered a new happy chapter together. My advice to you is to keep moving forward. Nothing is impossible. Live your life with your passion and dreams so you won't regret or feel helpless when your loved ones encounter difficulties. I, J.K. Rowling, want to share about the secret pain I faced in my childhood and adult life. Life hasn't been very good since I was a child. My parents divorced when I was young, and that left wounds that never healed. The hurt in my family caused me to become a single woman very early in my life. Divorce not only caused me to face loneliness and difficulty in raising children, but also caused me to face financial pressure. A life of poverty and constant stress made me miserable and insecure. During that time, writing became an outlet for me. But during those times, I faced a series of failures and rejections from the publishing world. Each rejection is a shock, a further pain and disappointment. My life completely transformed when the first Harry Potter book was published, but I still carry old wounds and pain from the past. Success cannot erase mental suffering, and I always remember other women who are facing the same difficulties I did. My life may be colorful and successful now, but it also contains pain and sadness that I have experienced.